Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel today in this video. Some of the things we've been discussing are a little bit more negative, so I wanted to try to bring things back to being more positive and, maybe trying to help out another indie dev here and maybe using my audience to give them a little support for their game because it looks awesome. And I really hate seeing developers like this, which are struggling, that have a lot of questions, which feel like they're doing something wrong. But I feel like I have a very dedicated audience of really talented game devs, and I feel like there's probably a lot of feedback that you guys could even help. I'm going to try to give my own feedback to as well, but if you have any comments about what you think maybe he could have done better, or if he's, maybe missing something, that's what we're going to get into. It seems like this guy really wants feedback, and he really appreciates brutal honesty, and dude, you have my respect. I'm totally the same way. So this developer obviously wants to make a big improvement here. So let's take a look at what he's struggling with. So 8 months, polished Steam page, still 250 wish lists. What am I missing? What should I do? So let's see. So obviously, this game's been out for a while. This is actually a pretty good trajectory here that you have going on. But yeah, 250 wish lists over 8 months isn't too great. But my question actually more or less is, I'm kind of wondering if he's actually doing any marketing or if this is just authentic just from the Steam page, because if you're not doing any marketing and you're getting these kind of wish lists, I might be crazy to say this, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. I want to show you what kind of wish list my games get when I'm not posting on my channel, because the difference is just night and day, right? So it's easy to think the game idea is bad or that there's no market to it, but the reality is often there might just be no marketing behind the game pushing people to check out the store page or to wish lists, or there might be like a unique twist in your game that you really might have to try to sell people on more to get them interested, depending on the genre you're in. But let's take a look. So I'd really appreciate some honest feedback here from other devs. I launched my Steam page about 8 months ago. Since then, I've put a lot of effort into making it as solid as possible. Capsules, trailers, screenshots, description, tags, everything I could improve, I tried. But the wishlist growth is still very low. At this point, I'm trying to understand why. Is it a visibility problem, a marketing issue, or is it simply that the game itself isn't hooking enough people? I feel like many of us focus on polishing the Steam page, which is important, absolutely. I think we all agree. But maybe that's not what really drives wishlists anymore. So I'd love to ask, what actually made a difference for your wishlist growth? Was it external marketing, TikTok, Reddit, festivals, etc.? Or did changing something in the game presentation itself have a bigger impact? I'm open to brutal honesty. I'd rather understand the problem than keep guessing. Thanks in advance. If you want to get a look at the game, it's right here. So I got the game open already, and I've been checking it out. I got a few thoughts on it already, and my first one really just comes down to, are you marketing the game, right? Are you making videos of it? Obviously, you post it on a Reddit here looking for help, but what are you actually trying to do to sell people on the game? Because right now, if you only have a Steam page up and you're just trying to rely on the Steam traffic that's directly coming from that platform, not your own, you're going to have a lot more difficult time trying to collect wish lists. I want to show you exactly what, like I said, the wish lists I get on my games look like, and it's just a night and day difference. If I'm not posting, making content frequently, my games don't get any traction, because before a game launches, Steam really doesn't care about anything. It's more so caring about whether or not you can get people interested in your game. They're not going to do that work for you, right? So you really got to focus on that element. And from what I noticed releasing my other games, once they launch, like with Putler and Jinko, they sell forever, right? And obviously, things kind of diminish slowly over time, but, they'll still sell for decades after, and I don't even really have to market the games. Even if I don't post, they still sell. And that's kind of how the dynamic works on Steam. Before it launches, marketing is extremely important. After the game launches, don't get me wrong, like marketing is still very important, but a lot of the time it comes down to more influencer marketing and whether or not your game actually gets picked up by people to it gets shown to a bigger audience outside your own, right? So that's another factor too as well. So let's go check out his Steam page. Let's see what he's doing, and let's go from there. All right, so I got his Steam page up here. We're gonna take a quick look at his trailer, and I'm gonna make some comments on it as we go. And of course, like I said, I'm not a Steam trailer expert or anything, but I think a lot of us are, consumers at heart. We play video games, and if there's something that makes you interested in a game, we could point that out, right? You don't have to be a professional game dev or working in the industry for 10 years to realize that. So let's watch this video. Let's see what our thoughts are on it. Love the lighting and the visuals so far. Gives like a back rooms type of vibe. Okay, so I will say that was a, you know, that was a bit of a confusing, because I like the idea of you're trying to, you know, maybe hook the player in the first bit and create some tension, but I don't really think that might be doing exactly what you're trying to do. You know, maybe there's like a scary moment or something you could try to highlight or really make people be like, oh, whoa, that's in the game or something, right? So the only thing I really saw in the first little bit here is just walking in a corridor and you turn around and you get scared, right? So, okay, he's gonna open the door. Yeah, so like the lighting and everything is beautiful, right? I think the main thing that I'm just seeing right now is it just looks like more of a recording from just the gameplay, right? Try to find all the exciting parts or try to front load, you know, what really makes your game unique or different, because I think for most people, if they just see this, they're probably just going to think, oh, you know, I've seen so many games that are like this, right? So I don't think it's bad. I don't think the graphics are terrible. I just think there's nothing that you're doing here to really sell your game that makes it look different from others. Let's keep watching. I like the playground aesthetic. And a lot of these black cuts too, and maybe I'm just, I don't know, I don't want to be too critical, but some of the black cuts are like a couple seconds long here, right? And I think in terms of retention, I've been doing YouTube and social media for like 5, 6, 7 years, probably longer now. And yeah, things like this, like, you know, if I'm watching the video, I'm like, oh, black screen, like maybe the video's done, right? But then it comes back again, so. Yeah, I think we got the idea here from the trailer. Maybe we'll keep watching a little bit longer. Another very black part. Yeah, yes, it's kind of like, this is awesome. Like, this is cool. Okay, that's really cool. That, dude, start with this, please. Oh my God, bro, this is like the coolest thing in the, like, don't get me wrong, the rest of the game looks really cool, but if I saw somebody going down a slide like this at the start, it was really scary and sketchy and really cool lights flying by, that sells me. That's a cool, that's cool, right? You know, this might be in other games, but gives more than just like a walking simulator, right? And now you're on this. Yeah, dude, you got to put that at the start. You got to put something like this at the start. That's the only thing I could say. Start with this. Start with this. Try to cut out maybe on those black spots. Cut the trailer down to like 45, 50 seconds. I don't think you need all this excess. So that might be something there. Of course, like I said, just my opinion. You can leave your thoughts on it too as well. Let's take a look at some of the screenshots here. And dude, you have these creatures, but you don't show them in the trailer. Like, and you know, for a horror game, you know, if there's some type of entity or something, typically you'd want people to be familiar with that right away. Because I watched the whole trailer, I didn't even know there was like creatures, or I thought it was just like a walking sim or something, right? Like if there's enemies or entities that are chasing you or something, right? Like. Oh, and dude, like, why don't you have like, this should be in your video too. Like, these are amazing screenshots, like really well thought out compositions, really beautiful lighting. Like, these are amazing. Yeah, I think your trailer might be selling you a little bit here. And like I said, like, it's obviously a really small factor. I think marketing is going to be the most important part. Like, your trailer, your like store page is really good. The funny thing is, I actually think your store page is like 1,000,000 times better than mine. But I think I just focus on marketing. Like, I don't personally care about how the store page looks. I'm just trying to get traction to my game, right? So if you look at my store page for Destropolis, like this game, I feel like weird saying this because this guy obviously works so hard to get 250 wishlists, but this game has almost about 9,000 wishlists now about 8,500, I think. I'll check in a second. But yeah, like, look at the screenshots. I don't think it's anything particularly amazing, right? Like, it just gets the idea across. I don't even have a trailer up, right? There's no GIFs, there's nothing like that. So the idea that the store page is going to do all the heavy lifting for you, it's just not true. I just, you know, from what I found with publishing 2 other games on Steam, you have to do a lot of the marketing beforehand, before your game actually releases. You have to get people to actually go to your store page, and that's a really tough thing to do. That is a really tough thing to do, right? So let's go back and let's read through. Let's read through some of the things down below here. So looks like he's got good tags. Aphasia is a first-person psychological horror game that explores the fine line between reality and nightmare. Deal with the dark past and its terrifying consequences through the darkest meanderings. The darkest meander. Is that I've never heard that word before. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, okay. I like this little opening. Honestly, the cover art is really good. I think it's way better than mine. Looks like you got appropriate tags and everything. Awaken the environmental fragrance. Okay. Choices matter. Is this all in bold font? That stands out a little bit. It makes it almost like a little bit hard to read, in my opinion. Like something about the bold makes it hard to read. I like this. I like the little bullet points. There's just not much separation visually here, which makes it kind of easier to read, right? Like you can separate these points a little bit if you wanted to, just to make it a bit more readable. But yeah, dude, like I think you got a great page. I don't think your page is hurting you. Some people might say, oh, it's the game, it's this. But here, let me show you this for 1 second. So I want to show you guys a gap here. This is how many wishlists Destropolis got over several months. And, you know, this might give you some inspiration here. I didn't post any videos for several months, right? And typically the game can get up to 100 wishlists a day. Like it might get 50, 100, might get more than that, right? Sometimes, you know, I have a viral video and it does really well, gets a 1,300 wishlists in a day. But this is marketing, right? I didn't post any videos in this time frame. So imagine if you're a brand new game developer and you launch a game, your store page, sorry, and then all of a sudden you're leaving it up there for months and you're just like, why am I not getting any wish lists? What's happening? Have you posted any videos about it? Have you done any marketing? That's honestly just my real question at the end of the day, right? But you got to give it a real chance because you don't know if the idea is good or not if you're not doing marketing. If you just look at these numbers, some people might have just said, oh, Destropolis doesn't have a lot of appeal. People don't care about it. That's not true. There's a market. You have to just try to find what the market is. You have to try to find what the niche is, right? And that's a big factor. So yeah, just to give you, I just wanted to show you this because, yeah, there's a big night and day difference. If I don't post videos, if I do post videos, yeah, you can see like it's getting almost like, yeah, 750 to 100 wish lists a day. So it's just a big difference. So definitely get on the social media, start posting videos, sharing things about your game, start building your brand, start building your community. I think a lot of people overlook that. And then, yeah, like I said, they try to focus. What is this game? Oh, checking out this game. This is a really cool game. But yeah, going back to the conversation here, if you have any ideas for this developer, little tips or anything, obviously, I think we can all agree it's a horror game, right? So it might not have the most appeal, but that doesn't mean there's no audience for it, right? It's just sometimes these games are a little bit more influencer friendly, right? So maybe leaning into that a bit more, and hopefully you get like some streamers like Queso pick it up and play it, and there you go, right? You could... 250 wish list means nothing if you're launching your game and you get one of these streamers playing it, right? So that can just have a huge impact overall. Oh, actually, he does have a YouTube. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, dude. Here, this is exactly my point. So I think the marketing is the issue, right? I don't think he's marketing. I don't think he's marketing his game. Official trailer 5 months ago, 22 views. Shorts latest. I just want to see when was the last time he posted this. 2 months ago. I went from this. I went from this. Just checking out one of his videos here. So he obviously made an attempt to market his game. Like he clearly made an attempt, and it looks like it was just one of those things he gave up before he really got going. Everyone starts in the same place, man. Like, dude, you're getting more views than I got when I started making my channel. The only difference is some people just quit. Keep posting videos. You're gonna get a couple hundred views here and there, but dude, you might get that one that gets 1 million or 2 million views. And then all of a sudden you got 10,000 subscribers. And then all of a sudden you got a fan base for your game. And then all of a sudden, you know, the wish lists start coming in, right? Yeah, man, focus on building your brand. Focus on building your audience. Your game seems awesome. I love the style. I love the lighting. I love a lot of things about it. But yeah, man, you just need that social media presence. Nobody knows about your game. There's a couple thousand views here collectively, right? And how many of those are realistically going to convert to wishlists? Really not too much. So post content, post videos, try not to overthink your content. Dude, if you get a couple hundred views, that's more than nothing, right? Like some people look at a couple hundred views and they're like, oh, that's shit. A couple people, you know, you could get 5, 10 wish lists from some of these, right? And it just really depends on how you're marketing your game and the, you know, what's the sale proposition here, right? So that's pretty much all the thoughts I have on this. Like the game looks really good. I want this dev to succeed. I want him to keep posting videos, man. Like, you know, get your game out there, keep posting content. Don't be afraid to keep going, bro. Like it's the baby steps you take over time that really make a big difference. But yeah, this looks like a great game. If you have any thoughts for the developer on things that they can improve, possibly, what might be the reason why they're struggling to get some wish lists, I really have a strong feeling it just comes down to marketing at the end of the day. And you know, it might not convert as well as some other games and some other genres, but that's just, you know, the nature of the game at the end of the day, right? But yeah, give yourself a good chance at least. I don't think this is a bad game. I think there's a lot of potential with it, and I think it could do really well if it gets picked up in the right hands by the right streamers or influencers. But yeah, leave your comments down below if you agree with me or if you think something different, if there's anything that you think this developer should do to try to get their game out more. And of course, like I said, let's support the developer, guys. Let's go add it to our wish list. Let's give them a little bit of a boost here. Let's show them the power of marketing, or I guess whatever you want to say. But yeah, that's all for this video. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this format a little bit more. I'm going to try to make these videos a bit more positive. I love speaking my open mind and just doing these kind of rant videos and stuff like that. But you know, I don't want to go down the wrong direction and have people hating me because I'm just speaking up for what I believe in. But yeah, I think we could do good. I think we could help these people out a lot. And who knows, if you have a game that maybe you're working on and you want me to check it out and give some thoughts on it, let me know. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.